Welcome to Thursday Night Racing. We are going to be starting running at Circuit Zolder with the AMG GT3 in the VRS series. So hope you enjoy. Going to jump into qualifying and then we'll jump into the race.
Your exit is clear. Watch the white line. Okay, Jacques, we've got 2 laps to set a decent time. The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 19 Celsius. E9, that was 129.72. Fastest lap for Mayer, 127.71. 29.46.
Screw up at last sector. Let's brake too late on that. There we go, 40 minutes of racing, and see how the field looks. So I'm car number 6 supposedly, but I'm way off the pace. That's okay, we'll figure out where we are at some stage. I expect there's a lot of guys here that are way faster than I am used to. And I've had a week of practicing at the circuit, so I'm okay with starting where I am. See if I can work my way up to a top 10. I really don't know. These guys are 2 seconds faster, unless they're only running a single lap and making that the fastest possible one. I don't know. We'll see. Qualifying is just about done, and then we'll jump into the race.
Session P15.
I tend to find a lot of these guys are really fast on qualifying, and then their pace is way off in the race. So I know my pace is around a 129 anyway, 129.7 for racing, so it's all good. Wait till about 40 seconds out, and then we'll jump into the grid. My aims for this race, obviously try and finish top 10, try to not lose any safety rating or I rating, that would be really great. But if I look at the field, there's probably little chance of getting through this totally undamaged, so we'll try and keep it as clean as we can though. But I suspect the first set of chicanes and the last set of chicanes before the start finish will probably have quite a few incidents, so we just need to try and avoid those and see if we can pick up freebies as we go. Anyway, it's just about ready to get into the grid. if I finish where I am now, I lose 21 I rating, which is not that bad. It's a reasonably strong strength of field, but we do want to move up and try and get a top 10, try and get into some positive I rating. So we'll see how we go.
The air temp is 18 Celsius. The track temp is 19 Celsius. Follow car number 24.
Here we go. Where do I start on only 55 litres? Oh, they limited us. Okay.
We need to catch up to car number 24. To catch up to the guy ahead.
J Pisnot. Yo.
Hey mate, how you doing? Just
J
about.
Pisnot. Good luck.
Thanks. I'm slightly off the pace, but we'll see if we can work a top 10 out of this.
J Pisnot. You got it, LMAO.
What the hell was all that about?
Catch up to car number 24.
J Pisnot. How is that new job?
Okay, Jack, here we go. Green, green, green.
Yeah, it's all good mate, enjoying it.
There's an incident in turn 1. What the fuck?
As I said, there's some really crazy guys.
Still there. He's still there. Clear left. On your right. Right side's clear. Nice start. We think P5 has binned it in the first chicane. Car left.
Oh, he's very aggressive, so I'll let him go.
Clear left.
I didn't expect him to just stop there in the middle of nowhere, and I'm stuck behind him.
The leader has just done a 128.32. Car right, clear right. Come on Jack, good stuff, keep it coming.
No, he was much slower than I am.
P8. Car right. Clear right. Nicely done.
I'm definitely faster than these guys.
0.7.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Really, dude?
The leader's just done a 128.00.
She'd have to get fucking thick ball.
The gap to Michelin ahead is now 4.4. 7th position. That's your fastest lap. Okay, Jack, our fuel window will open after 12 minutes. Closes after 26 minutes. Car left. Clear left. Okay, stay with him.
I don't want to fight him, I just want to try and stay with him. Like I said, some of these guys are really fast in qualifying. Their race pace just really isn't there.
P8, you've just done a 130.26. litres per lap. We'll need to add 31 litres to reach the end.
J. Pisnot. What VR do you have?
I use the Oculus Rift CV1.
The gap in front is now 2.7 seconds. The car in front has just done a 128.13. You've just done a 130.09.
So my Oculus is about 4 years old now. Still does really good job though. So we can catch up to Tino. At least we're pulling a reasonable lead to the guys in the place behind us, so that should be good.
That was a 129.62.
If you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see on the video the full link of my equipment is actually posted there on the descriptions of most of the videos.
Alright Jack, the next
Jake
car
was
is
not.
Michelin.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting a VR to
The gap
play with,
behind's
but
increased
they're
to
very
8.0
expensive.
seconds.
That is true. And you need a very good video card as well.
Come on, Lou.
But it does definitely give you a lot more consistency.
Your last lap time was at 129.54. Good lap. That's your quickest so far. The gap to Michelin ahead is now 2.0 seconds.
J. Pisnot. What are you running for your GPU if you know?
I'm just running a Ryzen 5 3600. But I may look to upgrade it to the 5800. Sorry, it's a 30, the old
J.
series.
Pisnot. Wow.
Yeah, it's a 3600, yeah. I may just look at getting the 5800 once the supply issues are solved, because I do a lot of streaming and other workloads on this machine as well.
That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel.
See if I can catch up to Tino now.
That lap was a 1:30.41.
J Pisnot. What do you think is the lowest you can go with GPU with a VR?
Probably a 1080 or a 1070. This depends on the graphics level you want to run, but I was actually running off a 1070 before. Currently running off a 2060 Super, which is basically equivalent to what a 2070 would be.
Now 2.9 seconds.
Yep, I was running it with VR.
J Pisnot. You said 1070. J Pisnot.
Yep,
Rig.
that's correct. I was running at 1070 before. But I did tend to find if I wanted to run large courses like Nürburgring or some of the newer ones, that I had to turn all the graphics down. Even now I've got some of the graphics turned off, so once I've got the upgraded CPU, it'll probably be able to allow me to leverage more of the GPU, but I may just upgrade the GPU as well at some stage, given that there's a lot of new tracks that have particle, newer type particles and graphics models that tend to eat well into the graphics capability of this card anyway.
Mayer is leading the race.
See if I can try and catch these two.
Okay, Jack, 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Incident in turn 1. Your lap time was at 1:30.19. Car left, clear left.
J Pisnot. Wait, so you have the 1070 right now, or do you have the higher one? And this is my last question for right now.
You're reeling, bustling.
I have a 2060 Super running now.
Thank you.
Putting some time through that corner on me. I do catch him further on in the lap. But I do see that they're fighting, so that helps me.
Nice racing there, Michelin.
Alright Jack, there's a car exiting the pit, heads up. There's an incident in turn 1, it looks like board. That's good consistency, keep it up. That's 20 minutes to go. On your right, clear right, that's half distance. We think about 6 minutes of fuel left. Gap to Alan behind is now 10 seconds. There's an incident in Xbox.
Yeah, all the fighting has
Okay, Jack,
definitely
gaining on this car. The gap
definitely
is
cost him time.
1.7. That was at 1:30.24. Should be about 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 3.1 litres per lap. We will need to add 31 litres to get to the end.
You still get a top 6 here.
Incident in turn 1. That lap time was 1:30.54. Okay, Jack, stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake.
Yeah, I'm going to push him hard and see what he does.
The gap ahead is now 0.6. There's an incident in turn 1. Incident in turn 2. Very little fuel left. Coming to the pits at the end of this lap. Box this lap. Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace. You're a second off the pace in Sector 2. Sector 3 is 0.42 off the pace.
Oh, screwed up. Took too much curb. Oh, I can't believe I did that. All the pressure's gone now.
Relax.
All the pressure's gone.
Yellow flag. There's an incident in the second chicane. Car right. Right side's clear.
Thank you.
Looks like P3's gone off in X-Spot.
I think I started with too little fuel.
We'll fuel you to the end of the race.
Yeah, I think I'm just didn't put enough fuel in to start off with.
2 litres remaining. Alan behind is pitting.
He's also pitting. Okay, great.
Box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
Sorry, mate.
There's a car behind. Take care, rejoin him. There's an incident in X-Spot. Looks like it's loss. Incident in turn 1. We think it might be Alan.
See where we end up. I think we had enough of a gap to be able to retain our position after pit stops.
Incident in X-Spot. Novak ahead is pitting. Looks like P5's gone off in turn 1. There's a car leading the pit lane. The leader, Mayer, is pitting. E9.
I was pushing a bit hard in the first few laps, too hard on the tyres, too hard. See if we can catch the guys at front though.
Closer. The gap's now 2.9 seconds. Okay, Jacques, lap times are pretty consistent. P8. That lap time was 1:30.33. The gap in front is now 2.4. You've got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go. On your left, clear left.
Missed my braking point there totally.
Fucking unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable.
What are they doing, man?
I don't know, man.
Oh, he's much faster than I am. Oh, let him by. I'm okay with that.
Sorry, man, I didn't realize you were red line.
I'm carrying a bit of aero damage, so it's slowing me down as well.
Alan is reeling you in. The gap's now 0.41. Okay, Jacques, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes. Left side, clear left. Come on mate, defend your position. You're reeling, Alan in, the gap's now 0.6.
I'll use him to try and get to the other guy.
Xbox.
See if I can stay with him for a little bit and use some of his speed. Get to the other guy.
Car right, clear right, got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Nice one, Jack, great move, keep it up.
I think his tyres are as worn as mine is. And I'm losing the guy in front now.
Stay on it. This isn't over yet. That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes. Left side. Clear left. Come on, Jack. Don't let him get away.
I thought let him just by. I don't want to fight him all the way. I'll rather try and work with him and try and catch the other guy. And if he makes another mistake, I can benefit off it. Well, I think I underfilled at the start.
Gap to Alan in front is now 1.0 seconds. P9.
He takes a much wider arc than I do through them.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, he gets better drives than I through there. Okay, what white flag yet?
That last lap was a 129.88.
Let's see if the two of them get into it, because he's going to be pushing hard for that position. Let's see what happens. Here it goes. It's going to be a dive bomb, or is it this? Yep, it's going to be a dive bomb.
One more to go. Your lap time was 1:30.27.
Look at a lot new there. Whatever that was.
To go, 2 minutes.
I suspect the guy who was in front of us just stopped. I think he thinks it was the end of the race. And that would be really, really funny because you just throw away 2 positions thinking it's the end of the race.
I think P2's pinned it in turn 1. P8, and there's the finish. Good result, mate, well done.
Yeah, you did. Sorry, I'm scared, Jeff. Can you let me buy back there? Appreciate it.
J Pissnot. Nice job.
I don't know why that car in front of us just stopped at the starting line all of a sudden in front of me.
Thanks, mate.
J Pissnot. So you ran the 1070 with the VR?
Lars, hattest du eine Slowdown oder
Yes, I did. I did previously, about a year and a half ago. I switched to the 2060, but I was running the 1070 up until that point in VR, and I was getting 90 frames a second with some of the detail level turned down. Would just depend on the specific application that you were running. And I did find that, as I said, large tracks like Nürburgring or Le Mans, you really had to tune stuff down a lot to actually maintain that 90 frames a second. But otherwise, it wasn't too bad. If I were to buy a car to that, probably say if you can get the 3070, probably better, or the 6800 XT. Because if you don't actually care about streaming or care about ray tracing, then that's probably not a bad car to get. I do, as a lot of streaming, so I'm probably going to look at either the 6900 XT. Well, depend once the reviews are out, and we'll see how it goes. Either that or a 3070. I think is probably going to be the next step up for me, with probably a combined with a 5800X. But that's probably 6 to 8 months away. So anyway, let's have a look at the results quickly. And before that, let's look at some of these incidents, because I suspect there were quite a few.
J Pissnot. Yeah, I am building a computer and ordered a 1660.
Yeah, 1660 will be adequate for running triple screens. You can probably get to a triple screen with 1660. If it's a 1660 Ti, that's probably going to serve you a little bit better. It's probably about 15 to 20% down on the 2060, probably about 8% down on the 1070. Quickly have a look.
J Pissnot. That is what I thought.
Let's have a look.
Slight 1014. Wan A become famous. Uletten y follow ERS. Primes
No.
and
No, thank
VRs
you.
on https://clck.ru/r9
Ouch.
GQV. Bigfollows.com.
I don't want to be famous by buying subscribers, but thank you for the offer. Oh, a nice little tap. I think I was able to avoid most of this. Yep, we just drove on through. Yeah, you have to be aware of people being next to you. You can't just drive into a corner expecting people not to be there. Oops. Yeah, that was me. Just taking too much curbing. Didn't register as an incident, but it probably did trigger something in the replay. Have a look. Oh, that's way too much curve, and that's why he spun. I just let him by. But he was actually slower than I was. Once I got up to temperature, I just pulled away from him quite easily. That's too much curbing. So is that. I'm just going to skip the ones that are just purely curbing issues. Oh, that's all rubbing. I think this is the point where he was so slow through a corner, I thought he was just parking it. I couldn't believe how slow he was through that corner. That was all me. Probably could have lifted, but I was very committed to the line. And I definitely had a bit better drive out of that corner than he did. I would have preferred not to have that incident though. But I think we only finished up on 4 incidents in total, I think. Yeah, we have 4 incidents in total, so not too bad for this race. Trying to find the bigger incidents. Yep, I did the same thing. I did have a few good passes going into the start finish, so I go here because I definitely had better drive than he did, and could easily pull through that corner. I don't know if the BMW has problems getting the power down. Yeah, he was struggling. Oh, we missed a nice one there. So he rejoined. Let's see, he rejoined without checking, and then just he just took 2 of them with him. Ouch. Yeah, that was it. That was the end of that, I think. Yeah, that was a really bad rejoin. Too much curbing. And braking, too much curbing. As I said, my pace in qualifying wasn't that great, but I was actually reasonably fast with even with the aero damage in the rest of the series, the rest of the race session. So I'm quite happy with that. I think there's a few more incidents. Let's see. I don't think there's too many to. Yeah, this is interesting. Nope. That's just too much curbing. Oh, that's a bit of a left tap. Not the best way to pass somebody, and that's not the best way to go through that corner.
When you started streaming, did you use the 1070?
Yes, I did. It was if you use the NVEnc encoder, it's not that bad, but you do need to, you probably will not be able to allocate as much video memory. Especially I think the 1660 probably, what is it, 6 gig card, or did you buy an 8 gig? Because if it's 6 gig, you could probably use 3 gig of memory for video, but then you're gonna have to really find a sweet spot if you want to stream.
8 GB.
Okay, cool. So you probably will be able to use about 4 gigs of that just for the game, and the other 4 into streaming and other tasks. But I'd probably say you probably need to look at 720 as your streaming standard, but you can play with those settings to get the best possible outcome out of it. One thing I did want to say is the 10 series card, the NVENC encoder doesn't work as effectively as on the 20 series, because the 20 series they actually had a dedicated chip. If you do find that you're losing too much frame rate, just go back to processing via the CPU, and then you need to play around with settings to try and get the best out of it. It is a bit tricky if you're planning to stream as well as play the game with the 1070. Or this, I think the 1660 may actually have the same NVENC chip, so just have a bit of a look and see. I think there's a few of them that actually, the more modern cards in the 10 series that actually have that chip embedded. So anyway, let's quickly look at the results. So this was a 1656 string per field. It was the only slot.
Wait, so what are you ruining now?
2060 Super. So this was top split. It was VRS 40 minutes. We scored a nice little healthy 25-hour rating increase. We lost 0.02 safety rating, so I'm not too unhappy with that. Definitely not far off the pace of the other guy, so we potentially could have gotten down at that point, but I was carrying a bit of damage. We still scored 78 points, so all in all, not a bad result. So just gonna have a bit of a look and see what we'll run next.
Not. Sorry for interrupting. The lag from chat is kind of a pain.
Yeah, it's about a 30-second lag, mate. It's all good. So what I can do is, let me do this. I'll jump in here quickly and I'll just give you a rundown of my rig. Let me just get highlight on that screen. Yep. So that's the actual setup I'm currently running. That's my configuration at the moment. So you can see a Ryzen 5 3600X with a 2060 Super. I actually haven't listed my VR. That's probably why everybody keeps asking me. I'll add it to my rig setup. You have some visibility of that. Until recently, I ran around pedal sets, which I've sort of Frankenstein of old Fanatic series. But I'm now sitting on the T-LCM pedals. Quite happy with them. Also running the TH8A shifter and my own custom built button box and a very customized little Hyperdrive Dominator seating rig that I'm using. Anyway, so that is actually the configuration that I run And with that I can reason it.
JPIS How much RAM?
Running 32 gigs. And the only reason I've gone up to 32 is the streaming side. So to try and give enough memory for streaming and the IRacing, but mostly you can get away with 16 gigs. You actually don't need 32 gigs. So I just got a nice special, so it worked for me to get 32 gigs.
JPIS Yeah, sounds like a nice setup LMAO.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It does what it needs to do. I can play almost any of the racing games I want. As I said, the only time I really have performance lag is during circuits like Catalonia, and large circuits where I have to turn some of the graphics quality down because of the 2070. Oh, sorry, the 2060 Super. But otherwise, it's good. Anyway, so let's quickly look at some of the series results while we're in here. See what that's actually done for our series results. I'm just going to load the stats up. So I'm edging closer to that 4.0 on the license rating I'm looking for. So with that, I'm sitting currently at 189th in this class. I'm actually not too concerned about it, really, because I haven't actually run a full season, and I've only it's the first season I'm running in the VRS series, so I'm hoping to do better next season. And as it is a B class series, it's way more competitive than some of the C and D class racing I'm used to, but ultimately it's quite fun. Let's have a quick look and see, where do we have Fanatic going tonight? So let's see what series we can run. So we're running Scuba. Yeah, we'll do that. So what I'm going to do is I'll take a quick 2-minute break, and when we come back we'll jump into the Fanatic series just for a bit of fun, and see how we go. So I hope to see you then. Soon we'll be back. Pause for about 2 minutes and then we'll be back.